Emotional core therapy is scientifically proven to be the most effective tennis psychology approach available worldwide. In this tutorial on the emotional core therapy app, we're going to show you how the app works. Once you learn this uh, 8-step process, you can use it for any stress you have on the tennis court or off the tennis court, which is kind of fascinating. It's also the most effective model in the world for happiness, when all human beings want that, especially tennis players. You want to hit happy shots. So that's why we're going to dive right into the process and show you how it works. First, let's go to the home section here, the screen. The screen has links to my Amazon page, research articles where I have 17 published journal articles, my blog, and my website. There's a book section which has my golf psychology books, my emotional core therapy book, which is actually the training course for psychologists, social workers, counselors, nurses throughout the state and country. It has a video, a 1-hour training video where you can learn about how the 8-step process works. Then it has a settings section which teaches you how to work that process. It's best to work the app teaching small stresses first, and then later on go into the big stresses. So let's dive right into the process right here. One of the key parts of the app is it helps you monitor your stress. Stress is the temporary arousal of one of the 4 emotions, which are joy, grief, fear, and relief. Once you learn to monitor those emotions on and off the course, it's a secret to basically hitting better shots and happiness. So let's go into the process right now. Let's start with a tennis pro named Jim. Okay, what is causing you stress today? Well, Jim says he's stressed about his serve. Stressed about his tennis serve. All right, that's what's causing him stress. What relationship are you entering and leaving? Well, of course, it's with his tennis game. Tennis game. So he puts that in the app. You can talk in the app or write it out. That's a little icon right there. Next thing is, what is the predominant need of someone or something that's caused you stress? This is a key part of this app. You have to look in your environment what's causing you stress as a tennis player. You know, sometimes players have big serves, spins on their shots, drop shots, etc. You have to learn how to handle those, hit those yourself, but also return those. Now in this situation, we're going to have it's not financial, it's physical that is causing him stress. This particular tennis player doesn't have spin on his second serve, so he wants to learn how to hit spin on his second serve. We can talk in the app right here with the icon or write it in. So he wants to have more spin on second serve. All right. Now, one of the key parts of this app is that you can go to the Google and research this. So what we do is we go to Google and how to get spin on second serve in tennis. All right, we can cut and paste right in there. All right, so we just go right here. You can watch a video on this stuff. You can cut and paste this stuff. There's a lot of things you can do. You can take this process, which is really kind of nice. Let's go to the news section here. Let's go to see if we can find a little link on that. I'm having a little trouble here. Basically, you can cut and paste it. The idea is that you can cut and paste any stress that you're having and do research on the internet, which is what we're doing here. All right, so let's cut and paste that in here. You know, for this particular player, he needs to hit when he's serving the ball, he needs to put his ball above his head more to get that spin on it. So he has to research on the internet. Basically, you can research, I'm not going to do it particularly here, but you can research whatever you need to do as far as spin on the serve. You can watch videos, etc., cut and paste it right in the internet, right into the app. The next stress is, what is causing you stress today? Well, this is an automatic step for most people, step 3 and 5. Well, he sees it, he touches it, sometimes he hears what's going on, he knows it's not feeling good. The next step is, what relationship is being aroused, what emotion is being aroused from this relationship encounter? Well, basically, he has grief because he knows he's not hitting a good spin on a second serve, so he rates it. Now, this is not like a major depression. He's just kind of upset or sad. Maybe he has a 3 out of 10 or whatever. Whatever stress you have, whether it's joy, grief, fear, relief, you learn to rate those 1 to 10. Really serious things, you have to, learn to change what you're doing too. But, we monitor our body for stress. For example, if you have major injuries that makes you, hurt your tennis game, you might have more and more stress. You might be an 8 out of 9. But in this particular instance, he's just mildly upset about this stuff, so he rates it. But it's enough to make him change what we're doing. Stress is a navigation tool in life. We want more joy, we want more relief. We don't want grief and fear. So when you hit shots that cause you grief and fear, you got to take responsibility and learn to change from them. That's what this app does. The next step is stress goes through your brain central nervous system. This is an automatic step where we review this process. Next step is, where do you feel this stress? Well, he feels it, minor stress in his mind. It could be anywhere. So he puts it here. Now this app, you can talk in and write it. We're writing it so far. Let's talk into the app. I have stress on my mind from my tennis serve. So we talk. It's like you're talking to your best friend, or your tennis coach, or etc., your tennis psychologist, etc. So next step is, how can you release this stress? Well, we can talk it out or write it out. That's what we're trying to do. So I'm stressed today regarding my relationship choice with my tennis racket. All right, so we put that in there. And we little icon there is for fun. And I'm feeling the emotion of grief. All right. Remember, there's only 4 emotions in the world. The next step is to get back to a peaceful state of being. Now, when you're playing tennis, it happens so fast, you don't have more than a second or two. Well, you might have like 10, 20 seconds. But deep breathing is a key thing. And so this approach uses mindfulness. It's a well-researched way to calm your mind. So let's watch this. Usually only get 20, 25 seconds on the court. But if you're playing practice, you might get 30 or 40. Let's watch this video now to calm ourselves down.
Let your mind relax and daydream. Whatever thoughts come and go in your mind, simply observe them as if from a distance. Notice your breathing. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 3, and out through a count of 6. Feel yourself slowly regaining yourself from the stress of the outside world. When you reach a calm state of being, click on the icon below to end the 8-step process.
Let's go back to the home section here. Now remember, with this 8-step, there's only 7 steps to the emotional core therapy process, but we reset by staying calm. When you're playing tennis really quick and fast, you're hitting shots that get you excited, down really quickly. You don't even have more than a second or two, millisecond to regroup. But what we do is we want to learn to stay calm. When we stay calm, we make better decisions on and off the court. That's why this is so good. So basically, you don't have to use the 8-step as much as possible when you're actually playing the matches. This could be good for practice later on. So we go back to the home section. Any stress you have on and off the tennis court, just learn to use the 8-step app. There's really 7 major steps to this process, and you have to learn to monitor and flush out the stress. When you hear tennis players yell all the time, making noises, you know why? Because they have to externalize that stress, or they go basically nuts, bazonkers. That's why the women are yelling on the court, the guys out there are talking to themselves. I'm now 59 years old. I was the #1 boxer wrestler in Illinois. I was ranked. Took 5th in the Illinois Open in all the colleges in wrestling in 1980. Letterman for Northwestern, and I'm now 40 years later still talking to myself when I play tennis. I'm a tennis player myself. But we all have stress on and off the court, and it's good to externalize it. That's why this app is so good. It's sort of like if you put your hand on the stove, you don't do it again because it burns, right? Well, you have to learn to monitor your emotions and embrace them and then learn from them. And we want more joy and relief. They're navigation tools in life. We don't want grief and fear. So good luck with this process. Thank you. Bob Moylan.